Well, good morning, viewers. Welcome back to the channel. I am Birdman Johnson, and if this video is going up on the day it's supposed to, then today is my birthday. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, not because I'm sensitive about my age, but just because I'm pretty sure you can figure it out for yourself. In honor of the day, we're going to do one of my Hangout style Let's Plays. This is kind of my version... Oh, there's the music. This is kind of my version of a live stream. We're going to play basically until the game runs out or until I get sick of it. And unlike a regular LP, I'm going to do even less editing. So if there's any scuff, it's just going to get left in. That's how this is going to work. This is Shadowrun Returns. I love this game. I played this on release day and finished it the day after. I absolutely love the Shadowrun IP. For those of you unfamiliar, I'm not going to talk too much about the game and the setting right now, but just know that this is the other Cyberpunk, okay? That's all you need to know for now. This is one of my very favorite tabletop role-playing games. Alright, enough talking. Let's start a new game here. Yeah, we're playing Dead Man's Switch. This is the base campaign that shipped with the game. We're going to play on normal because I still want to have some gameplay, but also I want to get through this in a timely fashion. Okay, and here we are in the character creator. We're going to take this opportunity to revive one of my classic Shadowrun characters from the tabletop. Street Samurai, I think we're going to go with. Would be the best option. Okay. Pretty limited cosmetic options. You can see that our little 3D avatar does change a little bit here as we scroll through the portraits. None of these are ideal, but I really cannot be bothered to import my own portraits. We're gonna go with this guy here in the suit. There's our little guy. He's not a very pretty model. We can't change his hairstyle. Oh, auto. We can change his hairstyle. Oh, for all the difference it makes. I do kind of like the long hair on my orcs. What is this? Oh, this is skin tone that I'm adjusting. I don't think I can make him green. Oh, I can make him green. Fantastic. I don't know why I'm bothering to do this. This is going to make hardly any difference once we're in the game. No beard. I don't know when I'm changing. Oh, that's for trolls. Okay, that's good enough. Continue to stats. yeah, karma system, that's fine. Now, for a street samurai, that's the... there aren't really classes in Shadowrun, but that's the warrior class, essentially. It has assigned for us automatically some points. And this is probably fine. Yeah, we want a high body, but I want... Instead of guns, I really want to spec blades with this guy, so let's... Oh, never mind. These are default points, I guess. Very well. We're going to come over here into close combat. It is okay that we're not very good right now, and that will change as we go on. Don't worry too much about what all these do. We really should have some ranged ability, so we'll take SMG. SMG is a solid choice. Normally for a street samurai you'd choose rifle, but since we're going with blades, we'll do SMG. Okay, that's good enough for now. This character's name is Meathook. Yes. Those of you who have met Meathook, I don't know where that thought's going. Okay, we'll see how long. We'll leave this first loading screen in. Okay. It is our apartment. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. It's got 4 walls, a roof, and isn't on fire. Even the cockroaches have fled in search of better accommodations. It's not exactly a runner's dream pad, but right now, it's about all you have left. Running in the shadows is all about feast or famine. One day you're Nova hot, working jobs that allow you to eat at 5-star restaurants. The next, well, you're here. This one's a famine for the ages. Slagging Fixer hasn't called. The money's run out and then some. Sinless and free. Free to starve in the cracks of a society run by megacorps who just want your new yen. Something needs to change, and soon. My favorite version of Shadowrun, in terms of video games, is the Sega Genesis version. Here's the interface. But this is a really good adaptation of the IP. It's got point-and-click elements, and then we'll move into tactical combat when the time is appropriate. For now, let's just poke around our apartment. State-of-the-art in 2050, broken since 2051. I believe this is set in the 2050s, which is like, I think that's 1st or 2nd edition Shadowrun. I started playing in 3rd edition, which is set in the 2060s, and my group mainly plays 4th edition, which is in the 2070s. Your notebook. Okay, let's view our list of contacts. We got a few contacts in here, but nobody's talking to us, or they're all dead. Yes. It's okay, we'll get new contacts. All either dead ends or just plain dead. Also, yeah, there's no voice dialogue, so I will be talking a lot during this. Hope that's okay. Personal calendar. Nothing. We have nothing on our personal calendar. Put down the notebook. I do appreciate that we have a physical notebook. We can't interact with the toilet, so that's a 0 out of 10 on this game. But check it out, we do have our own, I believe that's a laundry machine. Which is interesting, because we don't have, like, a... Well, I guess we have a cooker unit over here is probably what this is. This is a huge apartment. A slip of paper with your bank balance, enough to cover you through the end of the week. Well, we'll need to find work then. How about over here on the vid phone? The screen leaps to life, making you squint against its brightness. The face on the screen is laughing. Sam Watts. Hey, buddy. Hope I didn't catch you at a bad time. He giggles. He's drunk again. Or worse. Where have you been, Sam? I haven't heard from you in months. Another giggle. Oh, don't bother with your side of the conversation. I'm not really here. Just one reason for this vid. Someone finally geeked me. I'm dead. I probably had it coming. Yeah, get ready for all the slang. All the lingo. Actually, is this thing we should probably have my cursor being captured right now. I'm going to fiddle with that later. For right now, we're just going to keep playing the game. When you're an unsavory character like myself, you tend to associate with other unsavory characters who often partake in unsavory business, like you, for example. So, why am I dead? Who knows? Probably my fault. I wonder where you are right now. I bet you hit a big payday and you're living high on the hog somewhere. Some of us are born winners, and some of us are... me. Oh, Sam. Hey, you remember that Renraku run when things went to hell and we lost Dowd? Or that makeshift saloon on the docks afterward? I really had your back that night, didn't I? Where are you going with this, Sam? I feel like you're about to ask me for something. Dowd. That's a name you haven't heard in a long time, except we just read it in our notebook. Oh, okay, flashback. Forgot about this. Is this the tutorial? 3 years ago, a makeshift bar on the Seattle docks. The night Dowd went down. Here's our team. Sangoma. Sangoma is an urban shaman who proved her worth during a run against Fuchi last fall. She's the quiet type, an experienced runner. We're out in the open here, Meathook. Yeah, that's where Meathook likes to be. So just to give you a little information on the setting. If you're familiar with cyberpunk, both as a proper noun, the cyberpunk IP, and as a conceptual milieu, when Cyberpunk came out, the writers of Shadowrun played it and really liked it, but they said to themselves, we don't want to have to choose between playing Cyberpunk or continuing our Dungeons & Dragons campaign, so they did both. So Shadowrun has both the cyberpunk dystopian future that we know and love, and magic has come back to the world. That'll be important information going forward. Let's see. Let's be a little sarcastic. Are you late for another appointment, Sangoma? Sarcasm doesn't suit you. Let's wait another 5. Sarcasm suits me excellently, actually. In fact. New Larry. You've been running with new Larry for about 6 months now. He's a combat mage with a bad tattoo and a bad attitude. He knew Dowd almost as well as you did. Dowd. Never saw anybody die like that before. Idiot. How did Dowd die? He shakes his head. I hate this fragging city, Meathook. It's wet, and the rain feels like acid, and I want out of here. That's because the rain is acid. New Larry. We wait for the money. Yeah, sure, of course. I'll wait all night if I have to. Yeah, that's right, we're here to get paid. Life is cheap. I don't know, Meathook. Sam is a good guy and can hold his own in a fight, but he's been hitting the bottle pretty good lately. Never on a run so far, but he needs watching. He shakes his head. That run went sideways 9 ways to Sunday. Now the fixer is late. Smell funny to you? Yeah, it smells funny. Look at where he set the meeting. This was supposed to be a public place. It is not uncommon for clients to turn on the runners when it comes time to pay out. Cut the dreck, Sam. We both know why Dowd went down, and it wasn't the fixer or some other paranoid chip dream of yours. Sam smiles a toothy smile. I've been waiting for this all night. New Larry has something to say, don't you, Larry? Go ahead, spill it. You were sloppy. He laughs. Sloppy? You think I was sloppy? You've been twitchy all day, son. Look at your hands. They're shaking. You been drinking, Sam? On a run? No, not a drop. Not today, not ever. Something dawns on him. He leans into new Larry, amused and dangerous. We were set up. And he knows it, don't you, Larry? What was that call you made before we hit Renraku? How come you couldn't geek that guy before we unloaded on Dowd? I've seen you fling a lightning bolt, son. He should have been burnt toast before his gun cleared the holster. New Larry checks his watch, licks his lips, looks over your shoulder at the darkness. He's looking for someone, and it's not the fixer. Okay, I can see where this is going. You chummers are damaged. I'm out. Did you keep us here long enough, Larry? He stops, and a smile slowly appears on his face. Looks that way. Sorry, Meathook, I kinda like you. I just like money better. We've got incoming! Oh no, Larry sold us out. New Larry relaxes and throws you a dreck-eating grin. Looks like my new Renraku friends are finally here. They're gonna take that hard drive off your corpse, buddy. We're gonna need to geek Larry in a moment here. We should choose our friends more carefully, Meathook. Buy you a drink after this? You'll owe me several. Oh, Sam. That's not gonna happen. Oh, Larry's out of here. Leave the mage, kill the others. Rule number 1, geek the mage. We're going to be killing Larry as quickly as possible here. He's standing right in the middle of us. Yeah, we don't need to read the tutorial. There's new Larry. Why do I have a shotgun? I spec'd... Okay, I have a shotgun and no blade. Very well. So this is a cover-based system. I'm going to run over here. And with my second action, I'm going to fire my shotgun at new Larry. Sam. There's really... Okay, we're going to have Sam take cover next to new Larry. And then... okay, yeah, there's actually no reason to spray and pray right now. And then he's going to fire at new Larry from right next to him. Sangoma fires through Sam and new Larry. There we go. Larry's down. He had that coming indeed. And she's got another action left. So we're going to go ahead and aim. Ooh, man down. Good job. Wow, a shaman with that kind of shooting. That's not bad. Shamans and mages are the two kinds of spellcasters in this setting. You either learn magic from a book or you get it from a spirit. Okay, we don't really... Well, actually, I'm assuming Sangoma can cast. Okay, we'll have Sam try to flank here. Can he aim from this distance? He can't aim at all. That's the problem with the SMGs in this game. Oh, there's a spirit over here? Intriguing. Go ahead and summon that. It's a water spirit. Okay, great. Let the spirit back up Sam over here. Meanwhile, Sangoma can get into cover from the other direction. And we'll have her start casting on her next turn. her back's exposed to that guy, it's not going to be too much of a problem. Okay, well, you made the mistake of standing right next to Meathook with a shotgun, so you can just go ahead and die, actually, is what you can do. Let Meathook only get one action there. Ah, they got a mage. There's always another mage. Okay, Meathook gets his second action. Meathook, move over here. Need to reload soon. We need to start getting fire on that mage as quickly as possible. Mages are exactly as dangerous as you're thinking. What spells does she have? She has the bear... Okay, she's the bear shaman, which is a healer. Okay. One of her actions is being taken up by commanding the spirit. That's fine. There is a chance the spirit will turn on us if we're not careful. Ooh, best beer. You see what's going on here. This isn't too different. Oh, they're both mages. That's unfortunate. Well, that one's a shaman, I guess, technically. I'm going to just use the term mage to describe both of them. We can't rotate the camera, by the way. Oh, hey, there's something over there. We'll need to see if we can loot the area after we're done here. For those of you mainly familiar with Cyberpunk, just know that Renraku is the Arasaka of this setting. Can the spirit hit that guy from there? Yes, beautiful. We're not too concerned about playing the spirit tactically. The spirit can get shot to pieces all at once. Oh, see? The spirit has turned on their shaman. We're going to move up and reload. Meathook fears nothing. The original character, as I played him, was absolutely stuffed to the gills with cyberware and worked for the mob. We won't really be able to emulate that here, but we're going to do our best. Oh right, I've actually already forgotten that guy was there. Yes, good. Fight with your fire spirit. Perfect. What are you doing? Why are you attacking Meathook? Why are you attacking Meathook? Stop that. Stop that immediately. Yeah, you die. You die is what you do. What's that over there? I'm gonna move Meathook into the open so we can see what this is. It's a med kit. Okay. I want Sam on the other side of this. Oh, he's gonna have his back to somebody no matter what, so we'll just do the best we can here. What does she have aside from a rifle? Big ol' fists. She's a troll. So let's have her just walk up and start wailing on this guy. Oh, okay. Well, that didn't really work. But it's fine. And there's a car outside. Man down. You know, fortunately we don't really have to conserve resources here because this is a flashback. All of this has already happened, and will stop mattering as soon as we drop the last enemy. There we go. Sangoma lowers her gun and eyes Sam. You okay, Sam? Sam's breathing is heavy and he looks shaken. That was a hell of a thing. You don't look so good, Sam. You were born for this gig, Meathook. Me? Not so much. I think I'm gonna hang it up. Find a nice brothel somewhere. Stay drunk until I croak. Living the dream, Sam. Living the dream. What about you? I'll find a safe house out of town. Lay low. Renraku has a long memory. I do too. I don't forget my friends. Oh, we're friends? What's happening? You stare at Sam's face on your comlink. Shake off the memory. Focus. I had your back that night, didn't I? Now I'm asking myself, who would care if I die? Better or worse, your name is at the top of the list. Maybe it's the only name on the list. So, I set up a dead man switch to send you this call. I got 100,000 new yen insurance policy, payable when you find who creased me. Alive with a conviction, or in a body bag with justification. Either works. Contact my law firm, Rogers, Mengert, and McCain. When the job is done, they'll know what to do. He turns to his left. Chet? The camera swivels to show a well-dressed man sitting next to Sam. Pursuant to Mr. Watt's wishes, Rogers, Mengert, and McCain has installed a secure dedicated phone line so you may contact us directly when the task is complete. We will then begin a verification process. Note that you must also be on a secure landline to access this number. We will not accept transmissions from comlinks or other devices. The camera swivels back to Sam. Sam straightens up, talks seriously, first time. Look, Meathook, I've led a direct life and I probably left a direct corpse. I've hurt people, hurt myself, I don't know. Maybe I just want the last word. Maybe I just want someone to give a crap that I sucked air for a while. What do you say? I'll get to the bottom of this. Someone will pay. Hope you just said yes. I've got a locator chip slotted in my head these days. When my heart stops, it'll activate. That's how you'll find me. See you on the slab. Guess I'm heading back to Seattle. Alright, the dead man's switch. It begins. Your plane hits the SeaTac tarmac with a jolt. Welcome to Seattle. The chilly northwest rain obscures your vision as you step onto the tarmac. Before long, you're sitting in the cramped back seat of a cab, following the signal from Sam's locator chip into the heart of the Redmond Barrens. Organ grinders, a legal chop shop for body parts, whether from the living or the dead. If you're hurting bad enough for Nguyen, this is the place to sell a limb or an organ. It's also a good place to dispose of an inconvenient body while making a little cash on the side. This franchise is the closest thing the Barrens has to a morgue. It seems this is where Sam Watt's body has ended up. You open the door and are assaulted by the smell of death and bleach. Okay. Yeah, the Redmond Barrens. This is a place near Seattle proper. Basically post-society, a little bit of the post-apocalypse next to the functional society. Seattle is the standard setting for Shadowrun because that's where the writers are from. I've actually, so one thing that I used to do is go up to Seattle every year for the Penny Arcade Expo, right? And so I've been to Seattle a number of times, also just in general, I visited Seattle a lot. And when I started playing Shadowrun then, I would use actual real-world locations. And on one occasion, I got to take some of my friends with me on one of these trips, and I showed them some of the places they'd gone to in our campaign. They thought that was very cool. The smell of death and decomposition wash over you, only slightly masked by the minty fake fresh of industrial-grade antiseptic. I'm gonna move my phone even further away from my microphone. There we go. Dresden. Hovering over the recently departed is a... Oh, there we go. Is a small dwarf whistling a tune. His broad grin says, I love my job a little more than you'd want or expect from someone in the chop shop trade. As you approach, he looks up with a lopsided grin. There's something kindly in his eyes, though it might just be a stray reflection of chrome and surgical tools. Sorry, didn't expect any visitors at this hour. And someone at corporate took my receptionist. What can I do for you, sir? Are you the coroner? I'm John Dresden, the organ grinder's branch manager here, so yeah, that makes me this franchise area's coroner, too. And you are? No one you've ever heard of. Meathook. I'm here about Sam Watts. Meathook is not shy about being Meathook. His grin fades. And what makes you think I know anything about that? Sam had a locator chip embedded in his skull. I followed it here. I see. Well, you're right. He's here. Not too many people know about the murder yet, though. The press haven't caught wind of it yet, what with it being all the way out here in the Barrens. Yeah, normally people don't care what happens in the Barrens. You can do pretty much whatever you want out here. So who told you he was dead? We're not going to tell him about the money. So we're just going to say, Sam's digital ghost. When his heart stopped, I got sent a recorded message asking me to bring his killer to justice. Guess he had a hunch. The dwarf raises his eyebrows, a smile wiping the suspicion from his face. A dead man's switch, eh? Fascinating. I was working on him earlier. He's over there. Let's go prod the body. He's my second Emerald City Ripper victim. The third one was downtown. Ripper, huh? I guess the classics never go out of style, says a man named Meathook. He sighs. Not my title. That's what the Seattle press insists on calling the killer. All I know is that like the original Jack, our Ripper knows how to handle a scalpel, but this one's even more twisted. He or she always removes an internal organ from the victim. What prize did the Ripper take from Sam? Watt's liver was cleanly cut out. Whiz, what else? The first victim's heart was missing, and the third had the spleen removed. They're building a person. Dresden, get out here! Ooh, orc cop. Gonna loot stuff. Am I gonna loot stuff? There you go. We got a med kit. We stole a med kit from the doctor. We're also gonna poke at the body. Sam's body is half covered by a sterile surgical sheet, his face an ashen white, for the first time without a smirk on it. Below the chest, there's a small pencil-thin incision covered in dried blood. Beyond that, the corpse is immaculate. It would seem that the killer knew exactly what they wanted from him, and took it. By the way, can I just take a moment to say that I love the soundtrack in this game? Next to Sam are several plastic envelopes containing the evidence found on his body. You can examine evidence through the bag without spoiling it. Okay, we'll run down the list here, look at the business card. Moving things around, you can make out that it's a card from a place called the Seamstresses Union. There's something handwritten on the back, but blood has made it illegible. Ooh, a cred stick. I'm gonna pocket that. It's a standard, cheap, unsecured cred stick. No way of knowing what's on it without slotting it. Taking it. That's money. You slot the cred stick into your PDA, 300 new yen is added to your account. Fantastic. We'll look at the shirt. It's Sam's shirt. Several of the buttons are missing, and blood has thoroughly soaked it. The bag sloshes a bit in your hand. We'll look at the note. You can only see part of the note, given the torn-off bits and bloodstains. Sam, I feel terrible that we, let's assume, argued. We have been something long, probably apart too long. I want to say I'm sorry. See you there. Love, Jessica. Who is Jessica? Put down the evidence bag. Alright, let's go ahead and confront this cop. What up, fellow orc? Towering over the diminutive coroner is a homicide detective right out of central casting, if you ignore the tusks, pointed ears, and Neanderthal brow. You can smell his cheap aftershave from a mile away. Something I will note before we go on. Unlike other fantasy settings, in Shadowrun, all your characters are essentially human, okay? Until magic came back to the world, right? There were just humans on this planet, and then suddenly people began mutating, and they mutated into elves and dwarves and orcs and trolls. Is the short version. It's a lot more complicated than that. I recommend taking a look at the wiki. It is possible that we were born an orc. It's also possible that we mutated probably in adolescence, which is extremely painful. Anyway, so this new Ripper Vic Watts, name's familiar. Didn't his mother kill herself a while back? The coroner frowns. So you insisted at the time. He chortles. Come on, she offed herself. I had it on very good authority. Now let's go, Dresden. Give me something to work with here. This Ripper case is my ticket to a lieutenant's badge. McCluskey, don't use murders to profit. I've already posted everything I know. The killer stuns the target with a combination of drugs and magic, then removes a single internal organ while they're still alive. The perpetrator is most likely right-handed, with a slim hand that knows its way around a scalpel. He has a decent understanding of human and metahuman anatomy, too. So I'm looking for a whacked-out surgeon? Not necessarily. I don't know any surgeons who still use scalpels anymore. These days it's all done with computer-controlled lasers. Could be anyone, from a military field surgeon to an antique medicine aficionado. You're no help, dwarf. Can't just call somebody a dwarf like that. The Lone Star detective finally notices you. You note his superhuman powers of observation. Lone Star is the private corporation that handles policing for the city-state of Seattle. Who are you? Ooh, our strength isn't high enough to threaten him. That's too bad. I'm the nobody who didn't hear nothing. We're gonna be... We're gonna tell him we're here to help. He'll love that. Are you the detective on this case? I was hired by Sam Watts to assist you in finding his killer. The dreck you were. You get anywhere near my investigation and it'll be you on the slab, orc. Don't call me orc, you're an orc. He looks back at the dwarf. Dresden, get me more. I'm putting someone in a cell or a box this week and claiming my promotion. Oh, he's a career man. We'll see how that works out for him. Dr. Dresden. Dresden looks amused. Do you always make friends that easily? I'm great at dinner parties, too. He cocks his head to one side. Be straight with me. You really gonna work for the dead man? Okay, we're gonna play up the friend angle. Sam was there when I needed him. I'm going to return the favor. Fascinating again. Detective McCluskey isn't interested in anything but Detective McCluskey. He'd convict his own mother if it meant another 10 new yen a week in his paycheck. Plus, he's on the take. Most cops are in this setting. Dresden pauses, considering. You have honor, after a fashion. I try to honor the dead in my work, so we have that in common. What can I do to help you? Just run down the list. On the take, who's paying to hold his leash? I don't know, but someone with major pull has been looking out for McCluskey's career. And wallet. What was that McCluskey said about Sam's mother? The official report is that she committed suicide about a year ago. Aren't you the official in that sentence? My name's on the report, but my actual findings left some doubts. I can't say it wasn't suicide, but there were unusual bruises on her upper arms, and she didn't use her dominant hand to pull the trigger. I was told to drop it, so I dropped it. Well, that doesn't sound like suicide to me, that sounds like murder, but I'm not a cop. What are organs worth these days? A whole healthy body can be worth a bunch of new yen, but individual organs? Not worth as much anymore, what with all the synth and cyber stuff on the market these days. Organ Grinders only deals in the recently deceased. There are plenty of other chop shops that aren't as picky, though, and they don't care where the bodies come from either. So who still uses scalpels? Doctors still learn how to use them in their first year of medical school, as do coroners, but neither profession uses them much anymore. It's possible some of the slimier chop shops still use scalpels, I suppose, but I wouldn't know where to look. Alright, have you heard of the Seamstresses Union? It's a nearby club in the Barrens that attracts lowlifes. You probably like it. Listen, what are you trying to say? Me? I'm not really the going out type. Always too much to be done around here. Plus, the dead are just easier to get along with. Alright, I just need to know one more thing. Where was Sam killed? Oh, we gained karma for that. Karma is experience in this setting. Dresden looks up at you intently for a moment before speaking. You know, I might be able to do you one better. Why don't you poke around those body lockers in the back and see if you find anything useful? Okay, I'll go do that. This way he doesn't incriminate himself. Alright, there's some loot over here as well. We'll just keep stealing medical supplies from the corner, it's fine. Ooh, a dock wagon basic trauma kit. That'll bring us back if we go down. The cold storage drawer is labeled John Doe, but the internal thermostat is set to 21 degrees Celsius. There's a living person in here. Open the drawer. The cold storage drawer opens to reveal the fully clothed body of a man, arms folded across his chest. In addition to sporting some of the brightest orange hair you've ever seen, the body seems to be in very good condition. Jake Armitage, who was, for those of you who don't know, Jake was the playable character in the Nintendo version of Shadowrun way back in the day. I'm sure he's showed up other places. Anyway, whoa, easy there. In one quick move, he jumps down from the drawer and stands before you. For someone who just woke up in a morgue locker, he seems unfazed and pretty well put together. You spot a data jack drilled into his temples, and some shamanistic tattoos peeking above his collar. An interesting combination. I think that's a reference to the fact that in the game you could build your character as simultaneously a magician, a decker, and a street samurai. which is normally prohibited by the rules of the game. I told John to wake me up at 6 in the morning. Is it 6 yet? It doesn't feel like 6 yet. Sorry, didn't expect you to be so alive. Yeah, Dresden thinks he's pretty funny. You're not the first person he's pulled this one on. He chuckles. Well, so much for a good night's sleep. On the plus side, I noticed you haven't killed me yet, so that's good. If you aren't after me, then what's your story? We'll be straight with Jake. I'm looking into the death of Sam Watts. The coroner seems to think you can help me out. At this point, the dialogue options are mainly just role-playing. They're going to matter a lot more later. Sam, eh? Glad somebody cares. We used to drink together every now and then over at the Union. Decent enough guy. Always in trouble over something or other, though. Jake yells toward the other side of the room. John, is this guy cool? Yeah, he's on the level. Working for Sam, believe it or not. Some sort of dead man switch. I thought you could help him out. Maybe even stop moping around the shop all day. Thanks for volunteering me. He pauses. Might be sizing you up, but it's hard to tell behind those shades. Alright then. The name's Jake, and you are... Meathook. Nice to meet you. Well, it sounds like you're taking a dive into the deep end here. John's right, I might be able to help you out. I was with Sam the other night, the night of the murder. Poor guy. He was hanging at the Seamstresses Union that night, tripped out and rowdy. I'd been laying low there for a few days after a bad run. Mrs. Kubota asked me to throw Sam out, so I did. But out in the alley, some gangers got the jump on me. He winces. Maybe I need some soy calf after all. John, could you grab me a cup? Speaking of which. Ah, there we go. Get your own cup. My hands are dirty anyway. What's a little bit of human offal in your coffee? Now what's wrong with this intestine? You hear a loud squelching sound as Dresden continues his work. What a guy. I would absolutely put this guy in my team if I could. Thanks, John. You're a real pal. Anyway, there's a big fat corp bounty on my head. Like I said, my last job didn't exactly go according to plan. Out in the alley, a few Halloweeners got the jump on us. Gangers thought they could turn a quick profit off of my head. Jake smiles, and you get the impression that it didn't work out so well for the gangers. Sam stumbled off during the fight, though, and that's the last I saw of him. Until he turned up here, dead on arrival. Reminds me of my last stay in this place. You've done this before? It's a long story. I end up in the morgue more often than the average guy. Yeah, Jake here's a regular. Should have started a rewards card, Jake. A few more visits and you'd get a free night's stay. Well, coffin hotels are a thing in this setting. Jake laughs. I'll hold you to that, John. Anyway, they found Sam's body less than a block away from the Union, missing liver and all. Tell you what, you look like you can handle yourself in a fight. I could use some backup to settle the score with those Halloweeners out there. Their leader's got the whole gang searching the barrens for me. I need to get rid of that guy. In return, I'll take you to the place Sam was murdered. It's not safe to hit these streets alone at night, trust me. Jake eyes you up and down. And maybe I'll throw in some decent supplies while we're at it. What do you say? Let's see. I do like a bit of street justice every now and then. Alright, Jake, count me in. Great. I've been hiding out here ever since that run-in with those Halloweeners. Windy bunch of gangers, but this stretch of the Barren is their turf. I'm surprised you even made it to this morgue in one piece without packing some heat. Who says I'm not packing heat? He yells over his shoulder. Very funny, Jake. You can sleep in the dumpster tomorrow. So, you need a weapon? We are going to take... I think he's going to give us a machete here. Oh, it's a baseball bat. All I've got here is a baseball bat, but you look like you can handle yourself. Yeah, that'll be plenty. Thank you. Ready for an evening out on the town? Alright, let's go ahead and get all the information we can. Tell me some more about these gangers first. Well, they're one of the nastier gangs in town. Their symbol is a flaming jack-o'-lantern, but you wouldn't like their version of trick-or-treating very much. Around here, they're led by a troll named John Paul. He's got all the Halloweeners and the Barons looking for me. We take him out, maybe I can breathe a bit easier. I'm ready. I'll follow your lead. The Halloweeners aren't looking for you. Yet. Alright, I don't think there's any reason for us to hang around here anymore. Let's just take a look around real quick. Seems like we're good to go. Alright, let's go outside and fight us some gangers. Oh, breaking news. Telestrian CEO James Telestrian III to announce new Seattle Research Division. Sources say. Press conference tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. That's probably not relevant to anything we're doing. Head out into the Barrens? Yes, please.